Why does a powerful alliance between two of Pakistan's most organized political forces, the PTI and Jamaat Islami, seem perpetually out of reach? Is it just political differences, or are there deeper, more powerful forces at play, working to keep them apart? Today, we dive in deep into the hidden structures of power in Pakistan that have a vested interest in preventing this very coalition. First, let's talk about the military leadership. For decades, they have held exclusive control over strategic policies, defense, Kashmir, and key foreign relations. This isn't a secret. It's an institutional reality. A coalition combining JI's disciplined, ideological base with PTI's massive populist appeal would be a game. It would create a civilian powerhouse strong enough to demand real parliamentary oversight over these strategic domains. This directly challenges the military's long-held authority. We've seen this play out before. Historical interventions in 1958, 1977, and 1999 show us that when civilian power becomes too concentrated, the military establishment gets nervous. A unified PTIG front is exactly the kind of concentrated power they are institutionally designed to prevent. Next, consider the intelligence and security agencies. Their primary goal is stability and predictability. They thrive in a fragmented political landscape where they can manage smaller, predictable actors. A cohesive and powerful opposition bloc, like a PTIG alliance, would be a nightmare for them. Such a coalition would be strong enough to demand accountability and push for reforms within the security sector itself. It would disrupt the operational stability they work so hard to maintain, forcing them to answer to a unified civilian front instead of managing a divided one. Of course, it's not just about the military. Pro-establishment political parties also win big when the opposition is divided. Parties like the PMLN and PPP gain significant bargaining power in a fractured environment. When their rivals are fighting amongst themselves, they can more easily form governments, negotiate for key ministries, and distribute patronage. We saw this clearly after the 2018 elections, and again with the shifting alliances following the no-confidence motion in 2022. For them, a divided opposition isn't a problem, it's a strategic advantage. Let's not forget the entrenched bureaucracy. Senior civil servants and heads of state-owned enterprises have built their careers within a system that gives them immense discretionary power. A reformist coalition hell-bent on transparency and accountability threatens this entire structure. Sweeping reforms would disrupt established networks and expose them to scrutiny they've long avoided. They prefer slow, incremental change that preserves their authority and keeps the system running, as it always has. Then, there's the money. The military's economic footprint is enormous, with vast business networks like the Fauji Foundation and Baria Town operating in almost every sector of the economy. A strong, reformist government could demand audits, enforce fiscal transparency, and challenge the preferential treatment these entities often receive. This creates a powerful economic incentive to ensure no such government ever comes to power. The sheer scale of these assets makes any talk of unified reform a direct threat to their bottom line. How is this division maintained? It's a multi-pronged strategy. First, there's political engineering. The establishment has perfected the art of creating and managing political divisions, ensuring no single civilian bloc becomes too dominant. TIAC, as the kingmaker, propping up some parties, while weakening others to maintain a fractured, controllable landscape. Second, legal and prosecutorial tools are used strategically. We've seen how mass arrests and high-profile cases can cripple a political party's organizational capacity. Just as the events of May 9th demonstrated, this creates a climate of fear and deterrence, making parties hesitant to form strong alliances that might attract the state's wrath. And finally, the narrative is controlled by the media. Influential media houses and commentators, often aligned with the establishment, work to amplify the differences between parties like PTI and G. They frame any potential cooperation as risky or shaping public opinion to be wary of a unified front. So, is reform impossible? Not necessarily, but the path is narrow and requires immense strategic patience. Instead of a head-on collision, gradual progress can be made. Starting with local governance wins can build public trust and legitimacy. Building cross-party consensus in Parliament for incremental reforms on things like audits and procurement can slowly assert civilian oversight, and synchronizing civic advocacy with legislative action can build momentum without triggering a full-blown crisis. Ultimately, the forces aligned against a PTIG coalition are powerful, deeply entrenched, and have institutional, economic, and political reasons to maintain the status quo. Understanding this complex web is the first step to navigating it. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay updated.